Hello everyone. Welcome to my first ever virtual Pilates class. I would have so much more fun if you were all here with me. But let's go ahead and come on down onto our backs. Keeping your knees bent, feet flat on the mat. Let's find that neutral spine where there's that small space under the small of your, little space under the small of your back. And go ahead, practice your lateral breathing. So we're going to inhale through the nose. Feel that air expand out into our rib cage, not into the belly. And then as you exhale through the mouth, feel your rib cage contract, your abdominals contract slightly. And go ahead, as you're exhaling, lift that tailbone up off the mat. And as you inhale, release back to neutral. And exhale, curl, just imprinting that lower back into the mat, warming up the lower back muscles. And inhale, release. And exhale, curl. Inhale, release. And exhale, curl. Go ahead, inhale, release back to neutral. And exhale. And as you inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, let's float the head and shoulders up. Reach those fingertips long towards the wall in front of you. Keep your gaze roughly right above your kneecaps. And inhale as you release back to the mat. And exhale, float and reach. And inhale, release, just warming up the upper abdominal muscles. And one more time, exhale as you float the head and shoulders up, reaching those arms along, keeping your neck in alignment with your spine. Inhale as you release back to the mat, and exhale. And as you inhale this time, let's draw those arms straight up towards the ceiling, continuing through vertical, keeping the rib cage closed, and as you come forward, as you exhale, float the head and shoulders up and roll all the way up into a full roll up and reach out over your toes. Inhale as you sit up tall, point the toes, drop the chin. Exhale as you roll back, slowly with control. And inhale as the arms reach long, and exhale as you bring those arms forward, float the head and shoulders up. Level one, you're using your hands behind your knees for assistance if necessary. And reach out over your toes. And inhale as you sit up tall, point the toes, drop the chin. Exhale, roll back slowly with control. Inhaling again as the arms reach long, and exhale as you feel up off that mat. And reach out over your toes. And one more time. Inhale as you sit up tall, point the toes, drop the chin. Exhale as you roll back with control. Inhaling as the arms reach long, and exhaling as you reach up off that mat. And reach out over your toes. Now as you sit up tall, point the toes, drop the chin, exhale. Roll on down slowly with control. Go ahead. Bend those knees. Bring those legs into a tabletop position where your knees are directly over your hips. Your shins are parallel to the mat. Bring those fingertips back around behind your ears. And as you exhale, let's go ahead. Float the head and shoulders up again into a crunch position. Inhale as you release. And exhale, crunch. We are not pulling on our neck. Our hands are there just to support our head. And inhale, release. And exhale, float. And now let's rotate to the right, lifting that left shoulder up off the mat. And back to center. And rotate left, lifting the right shoulder. And center. And rotate right. Center. Left. Center. Right. Center. And left, back to center. Rest the head and shoulders down. And inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, float the head and shoulders up again, placing both hands on the right knee, extending that left leg out to 45. And let's switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. We're stopping that knee directly over the hip. We're not pulling that knee into our chest. And let's do 3. And switch, and 2, and switch, and 1, and switch, and back to tabletop. Rest the head and shoulders down. Putting those moves together now. Bring those hands back around behind your ears and exhale as you fold the head and shoulders up, extending the left leg out to 45, rotating that left shoulder up towards the right knee, and let's switch and switch. And again, we're focusing on not pulling on our neck and using our oblique muscles to lift that shoulder up towards the opposite knee, and switch and switch. Trying very hard to keep our hips from rocking side to side. And let's do 3 and switch and 2 and switch and 1 and switch. Back to tabletop. Rest the head and shoulders down. Give those knees a quick little hug. Send that left leg long on the mat. Hug that right knee into your chest to rotate that right ankle. Warming up the muscles of the lower leg and foot. And switch directions. And inhale through the nose. As you exhale, unfold that right leg, warming up the hamstrings. And inhale, bend. And exhale, unfold. And inhale, bend. And exhale, unfold. And now let's flex the foot and point the toe. And flex, and point, and flex, and point, and flex, and point. Drop those arms down by your side. Single leg circles across the body first. And we're inhaling as we lower, exhale as we lift. We're trying to make the same circle over and over with a slight pause at the top, while keeping the rest of our body as still as if it was poured in concrete. And let's do 2 and 1. Meet at the top and switch directions. Out to the side, down, around, up. Inhaling as you lower, exhale as you lift. Trying to make that same circle over and over. And let's do 2 and 1. And meet at the top. And walk your hands up the back of that leg, allowing your head and shoulders to float up off the mat, bringing your nose up towards your knee to the best of your ability. Taking a couple good breaths. And release. Rest the head and shoulders down, extending that right leg long on the mat, flexing that right foot for stability, hugging that left knee into your chest, rotating that left ankle, and switch direction. Again, inhale through the nose. As you exhale, unfold the left leg, warming up the left hamstrings. And inhale, bend. And exhale, unfold. And inhale, bend. And exhale, unfold. And let's flex the foot and point the toe. And flex, and point, and flex, and point, and flex, and point. And dropping your arms down by your side, single leg circles across the body first. If you find you're having trouble stabilizing your torso, just make your circle a little smaller. And we're inhaling as we lower and exhale as we lift. We're also trying to keep the neck and shoulders as relaxed as possible. Let's do 1 more. Meet at the top, switch directions. Out to the side, down, round, up. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. And again, meet at the top and walk your hands up the back of that leg, allowing your head and shoulders to float up off the mat, drawing your nose as close to your knee as possible, and taking a couple good breaths. And release. Rest the head and shoulders down. Let's bring both legs straight up towards the ceiling. Arms are still down by your side. And as you inhale, let's circle both legs off towards the right, down, around, up. Exhaling as you lift. Meet at the top and switch direction. Again, we're inhaling as we lower, exhale as we lift. Keeping both legs together, allowing the feet to slide past one another. The larger you make the circle, the more challenging the move. And let's do 2 and 1. And meet at the top. If you have lower back issues and you'd like to place your fingertips under your lower glutes or under your lower back for added support, feel free to do so. And as you inhale, let's lower both legs down to your point of control. Exhale as you lift them back up to center, and inhale as you lower. Your point of control is where your lower back is not arching up off the mat. You don't feel any pain or pinching in your lower back. So if you can only go 60 degrees or 45 degrees, whatever works for you. And let's do 3 and 2 and 1. And place your feet back on the mat. Let's bring those arms out to 90 degrees. And as you inhale, let's lower both knees down towards the right. And exhale, use your abdominals as you draw them up to center. So it's inhale as you lower, and exhale as you lift. Dropping your knees from side to side, going at your own pace, making certain as you're lifting, you're using your abdominals to initiate the action. Let's do one more in each direction. And then meet at the top. Bring those arms back down by your side. Place your feet about hip distance apart. Finding that neutral spine again. Let's inhale again through the nose. And as you exhale, use your abdominals. Start picking that spine up, starting with the tailbone, rolling up one vertebra at a time, coming to rest on your shoulders, making certain you're not on your neck. You can still turn your head from side to side. Let's inhale through the nose. As you exhale, start laying that spine down just like a string of pearls, one vertebra at a time, slowly with control. And when you feel your tailbone, release to neutral. Again, inhale at the bottom, and as you exhale, roll that spine up, slowly with control. Coming to rest on your shoulders, and let's inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, pick that right leg straight up towards the ceiling. Let's flex that foot and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And inhale. And exhale as you place that right foot back on the mat. Inhale as you reposition your feet. And exhale as you extend the left leg straight up towards the ceiling. Flex the foot and pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And inhale and exhale. Place that foot down. Inhaling again as you reposition your feet. And as you exhale, let's roll that spine down slowly with control, one vertebra at a time. And when you feel your tailbone, release to neutral. Let's go ahead and take that right ankle over your left knee. Reach through, pull that left knee in towards your chest. Pressing your right elbow into the crook of your right knee. Hopefully feeling this stretch in the outer right hip and the outer right glutes. And press your tailbone into the mat, or you can shift your weight off to the left or the right. Finding the perfect spot for your own hip. And breathe. And release. Press the left foot down, uncross that ankle, and let's bring that left ankle over the right knee. Reach through, pull that right knee in towards your chest. Pressing your left elbow into the crook of that left knee. Pressing your tailbone into the mat or shifting your weight. Finding the best stretch for your own body. And taking a couple good breaths. And release. Uncross those legs. Let's help ourselves up to a seated position. Placing those hands slightly behind our hips with your fingertips facing forward. You can stay with your hips on the mat at level 1, or if you'd like, you can go ahead, bend your knees, press up into that reverse plank, and then dig those heels into the mat, lifting those toes. And as you inhale, you can lower those elbows straight back. Exhale as you lift. So inhale, lower, and exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. And let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lower those hips back to the mat. Let's go ahead and bring that right elbow straight up towards the ceiling. Place your left hand on top of that right elbow and give a gentle stretch. Stretching out the tricep muscles that we just worked with the tricep hip. And let's switch. Right hand on left elbow, giving a gentle pull. And release. Let's come over onto our tummies. When you're on your tummies, don't forget there's a cactus right under your belly button. Place those arms, forearms lightly on the mat. Your nose is about 2 inches off the mat. Let's inhale again through the nose. As you exhale, imagine you're rolling a ball with your nose out towards the wall in front of you. So even though your torso is lifting up off the mat, you want to imagine you're making it as long as possible. Very little pressure on your forearms. And inhale, release. And exhale, roll that imaginary ball, trying to lengthen your torso to the best of your ability as it lifts up off the mat. Keeping your navel pulled in towards your spine. And inhale, release. And exhale, roll that ball. Trying to create as much length in your spine as possible. And inhale, release. Go ahead, come up onto your forearms, placing your hands right under your torso, still keeping your navel pulled in towards your spine to protect your lower back. Let's take that right leg and do a kick, kick, and extend, and switch. Kick, kick, extend, kick, kick, extend, kick, kick, extend. We're trying to pick that thigh up off the mat if possible. We're still keeping our tummy nice and tight. Let's do 3, and switch, and 2, and switch, and 1, and switch. Placing your hands right under your shoulders, press up onto your hands and knees, hinge back into a child's pose. Taking the tension off your lower back, feeling that nice stretch through the lower back. Also reaching those arms long towards the wall in front of you for a nice stretch through the shoulders. Coming up onto your hands and knees, let's curl those toes under, hike your hips up into a downward dog, and really press those heels into the mat, allowing your head to fall down in between your arms. It's a great full body stretch. Coming back out to a plank. A full plank is on your hands and on your toes. Partial plank, you can be on your forearms or on your knees. If you're on your toes, let's take that right foot. Let's lift and lower. And why we do this, while we're doing this, we're trying to keep our hip from piking up. We want to keep those hips right in the same line as our shoulders and toes. Let's do 2 and 1 and switch. So let's lift and lower and lift and lower. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. Let's come down onto our knees. And your hands. You want your knees directly under your hips. Your hands are directly under your shoulders. Let's extend that right leg straight out towards the wall. Left hand out towards the wall. Let's press the mat and extend. And press, extend, press, extend. And 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. Bend that right knee, sweep that left hand around, reaching for the top of your foot. Pressing the top of your foot into the palm of your hand to really open up your quadriceps, working a little bit on balance, a little bit on proprioception, and release back to the outstretched position. Place the hand down, place the knee down, and let's switch again, extending the left leg and the right arm. Pressing into the mat and extend, and press, and reach, and press, and reach, and 3, 2, and 1. And bending that left knee, sweeping that right hand around, reaching for the top of that left foot. Pressing the Top of your left foot into the palm of your hand. And release to the outstretched position. Place the hand down, place the knee down. And now let's curl those toes under, come back up into a plank position. A full or a partial plank. Let's take the hand farthest away from me, place it directly under your face. Rotate up to look at me into a side plank. Full side plank, you're on your toes, or on your bottom hand. Partial side plank, you can be on the outside of that bottom knee, or you can be down on your forearm, whichever level works for you. So let's go ahead from whichever level you're at. Let's take that top arm. Let's wrap it under and open wide. Wrap it under and open wide. Wrap it under, wide. And let's do 3, 2, and 1. And great job. Lower on down, onto your side. Lining your torso up with the back of the mat. Let's bring those toes up to the front corner of the mat. Now, if you'd like to take it to the next level, you can come up off your rib cage so that you're resting on your hips. Let's bring that top leg to hip height. Let's flex that foot and kick forward for 2, point back for 1. So it's kick, kick, point back. And what we're trying to do here is keep that foot parallel to the floor as it's sweeping through space. We're also trying to stabilize your torso, not allow that upper shoulder to sway back and forth. Imagine you've got a hot cup of coffee sitting right there. And let's do 3, 2, and 1. And now, 5 little leg circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back down onto your rib cage or your side. Let's take that top foot, point up, and flex down. Point up, flex down. Point up, flex down. Flex down. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Let's come on down. Resting your head down on that arm. Take those legs to the back of the mat so that your body's in one straight line. And let's lift both legs and lower. And lift. And lift. And lift. And lower. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. Come on over onto your tummies, keeping in mind that cactus is still right there under your belly button. Rest your cheek or forehead on your folded hands. Reach those legs out towards the wall behind you, and let's start beating those heels together as we inhale. 4, 5, exhale, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 3, 4, 5, and reach, and release back to the mat. Placing your hands under your shoulders, press up onto your hands and knees, coming back into a child's pose, releasing that tension in the lower back, and taking a breath. Good. Come back up onto your hands and knees, curl your toes under, hike those hips up into a downward dog, and really press those heels into the mat, providing a great stretch for the calf muscles, allowing your head to fall down in between your arms. And slowly, let's walk your hands in towards your feet into a forward fold. Keeping those knees soft. As you exhale, let's start stacking one vertebra on top of the next, rolling up one vertebra at a time. And let's roll your shoulders. Walk around to the opposite end of the mat. Let's inhale as we reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, reach out and over a barrel, walking yourselves back out to a plank position. Hopefully we're all facing the opposite direction. Let's take that hand farthest away from you. Place it directly under your face. Rotate up into that side plank. Whichever level you're at, whatever modification you need to make. Let's take that top arm, wrap it under and open wide. And wrap it under and open wide. And wrap it under, wide. And let's do 3, 2, and 1. And lower on down onto your side. You can be on your ribs. You can have your head resting in your arm, or you can rest on your hip, keeping that rib cage lifted up off the mat. Let's bring that top leg to hip height, flex that foot, kick forward for 2, point back for 1. So it's kick, kick, point back, kick, kick, point back. Trying your best to keep that torso as stable as possible, not letting that upper shoulder sway back and forth. And let's do 3, and 2, and 1. And 5 little leg circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and coming back down onto your rib cage. Let's point up and flex down. Point up, flex down. Point up, flex down. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest your head down on your arm. Bring those legs to the back of the mat so you're one straight line. And let's lift both legs and lower, and lift, and lower, and lift, and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. Let's come over onto our backs. Bend those knees. Bring your arms out to a 90-degree angle. Let's cross that right knee over your left. And as you inhale, let's lower both knees down towards the right. You will feel the bottom leg is crossed over the top leg. Hopefully you'll feel this stretch in the outer left hip, down that outer left thigh, and turning and looking down your left arm if you like some spinal rotation. Take a couple good breaths, allowing those muscles to release a little bit more tension each time you exhale. On your next exhalation, let's go ahead and use your abdominals to draw both knees up to center. Uncross those legs, bringing the left knee over the right, and inhale as you lower both knees down to the left, turning and looking down your right arm if you like. Again, taking a couple good breaths. Using your breath to try and generate more muscle relaxation. And we're breathing in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And now on your next exhalation, use your abdominals to draw both knees up to center. Bring those arms back down by your side. Uncross those legs. Help yourself up to a seated position. Turn and face the front. Let's go ahead, cross those legs, sit up tall. Let's place that right hand on the mat. Let's take that left hand. Inhale as you reach up towards the ceiling, and exhale as you reach over towards the right, opening up that left rib cage. Going straight sideways, we're not collapsing forward. And inhale up and switch, and exhale over. And again, inhale up and switch, and exhale over. And one last time. Inhale up, switch, exhale over. And inhale up. Let's go ahead. If you want, bring that right foot into your left inner thigh. Take that left knee, cross it over your right. Hug that right knee into your, hug that left knee into your chest. Reach your head up towards the ceiling. Turn and look over your left shoulder. The modification for this is to keep your right leg extended straight. Try to keep both sit bones on the mat. Trying to reach that head as tall as possible towards the ceiling. And release. Uncross that leg. Again, you can keep the extended leg straight. I forgot where I was. Okay, let's draw that now. Taking the left foot, the sole of the left foot into the inner thigh, taking that right knee, crossing it over the left, hugging that right knee into your chest. Can you tell I haven't done this move too many times? And exhale as you turn and look over your right shoulder. Again, reaching that head as tall as possible, trying to keep both sit bones on the mat. And breathing. And release back to center. Uncross those legs. Bring those heels in towards your glutes, shifting your weight onto the balls of your feet into a crouch position. Should feel real good through the lower back. It's a great stretch for the lower calf muscles. And as you exhale, let's pike those hips up into a forward fold. Keeping your knees soft again, let's place those hands right on top of your kneecaps. And exhale as you extend that head out towards the wall in front of you. And inhale. And as you exhale, let's hinge right up to a standing position with a flat back. Roll those shoulders. And inhale up. And exhale out and down. And inhale up. And exhale out and down. And I'm so looking forward to when we can actually do this face to face. Thank you all for joining me.